Picture this. It's late evening. A teacher has her red pen in hand grading papers, wondering if her students have listened to a single word she said this week. She's tired, she's stressed, and after a long day of work, she really just wants to go to bed. Amid the sound of pen marks, an alarm goes off on her phone, reminding her that the credit card bill is due tomorrow. Then her son comes in and says he lost his soccer cleats and needs a new pair. Oh, and can he go to the jump park with his friends this weekend? Despite the dedication and long hours she puts in at school, her paycheck at the end of the month just isn't stretching far enough anymore. Can you relate to this story? If you're a teacher, then probably so. It's one that's far too common amongst people in our profession. Too many bills and not enough cash. Maybe you've even thought about picking up a part-time job, or may not have wondered how much you can get for a kidney online. But what if I told you there's another way? A way that doesn't involve clocking in at another job or auctioning off your organs to the highest bidder on the dark web. Hey there, welcome to After School Empire, the podcast that helps teachers learn how to make extra money after school without having to get a part-time job. I'm your host, Tony Neely. I have taught at the middle school, high school, and college levels. I've also been a teaching and learning consultant. I've published articles in numerous research journals, presented at conferences around the United States, and have even authored 2 professional development books for teachers. Yeah, I'm an education nerd. In addition to being a veteran teacher, I'm also a lifelong serial side hustler. And as a lifelong serial side hustler, I have a heart for helping other teachers utilize their knowledge, skills, and abilities to make extra money after school by launching and growing their own side hustles. The side hustle economy is booming, and side hustles have become more than just a means to earn extra cash. They're a pathway to financial independence and personal fulfillment that so many teachers crave. Thanks to my own various side hustles, I've been able to pay off debt, purchase musical instruments, pay for vacations, buy Christmas gifts, and even got to fulfill a dream from my teenage years by going to see my favorite band, Phish, perform on Halloween in Las Vegas, all without touching any money from my paycheck. Based on the successes I've had as a serial side hustler, I've been privileged to coach other teachers and lead in-service workshops at schools to help their teachers learn how to grow their own side hustles. I've also worked with folks from other professions, and I can say hands down without any hesitation, teachers make the absolute best side hustlers. What makes teachers so amazing at side hustles? Well, the answer lies not just in their motivation to make extra cash, but also in the wealth of skills that teaching cultivates. In this episode of After School Empire, I'm going to give you 10 specific reasons teachers make the absolute best side hustlers. So let's get to it. First, teachers have a lifelong learning mentality. When I graduated with my undergrad and secondary education, I joined my classmates in reciting a version of the teacher's oath that included a line pledging that I will dedicate myself to lifelong learning. An oath I've tried to fulfill by earning master's and doctoral degrees in education, publishing research on topics such as informal teaching and learning and youth culture in the classroom, writing books, and attending and speaking at conferences. As teachers, we go to workshops, we go to conferences, we read books, we go to in-services, and a host of other continuing ed opportunities to push ourselves to continuously become better educators. Teachers are the epitome of lifelong learners. This trait is also crucial in the ever-evolving landscape of side hustles. There are always new opportunities to learn how to make cash, new technologies to make our hustles more efficient, and avenues for gaining skills that will put us ahead in our niche area. This continuous pursuit of knowledge and improvement isn't just about personal growth. It's a strategic tool for staying ahead in business and growing our own after-school empires. Second, teachers are highly adaptable. The ability to adapt to ever-changing curriculum, technologies, and students' needs in the classroom translates seamlessly into the flexibility required to navigate the shifts and trends of the side hustling world that can put more money in your bank account. For teachers, adaptability isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. Looking at you, 504s and IEPs. Third, teachers are super creative. One word, Pinterest. If you've spent any time on Pinterest, you know exactly where I'm going with this. My goodness, teachers can take ribbon, a styrofoam cup, and an empty paper towel roll and turn it into the greatest classroom decoration the world has ever seen. It's incredible how creative teachers can be. Teachers' knack for engaging students with limited resources and creating impactful lessons from scratch mirrors the entrepreneurial spirit of seeing opportunities where others see obstacles and turning them into extra cash. For example, I have a colleague who has a side hustle where she collects empty Starbucks cups. That's right, empty Starbucks cups, decorates them, and then resells them for $5 to $10 each. Let's see an accountant do that. Hey there, I really hope you're enjoying this episode of After School Empire. If you're gaining any benefit from this podcast at all, could I ask you to do one thing? Please take a moment and share it with other teachers. Just a simple social media post or text message to a colleague not only helps this show keep growing, but can also be the first step in helping a friend that you care about learn how to gain more financial independence by launching and growing their own side hustle. Thanks so much. Now back to the show. Fourth, teachers are masters of time management. Balancing lesson planning, grading, and teaching is no small feat. Then throw in extracurriculars, meetings, bus duties, and a million other responsibilities that pop up throughout your day. You get pretty good at time management. This honed ability to juggle multiple tasks efficiently is directly transferable to running a side hustle, where time is often the most precious commodity, especially when you're providing a good or a service to a toe-tapping customer. I jokingly say it's my adult onset ADHD, but in addition to working full-time as a teacher, having 2 boys under age 5, serving at my church, spending time with my wife, and playing in a band, I generally have 4 to 5 side hustles going at a time, including hosting 2 podcasts, flipping items online, creating online courses, making adoption profiles, selling organic beard care products, and more, all while still getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. For teachers, time management is our superpower. Fifth, teachers are disciplined and self-motivated. At the end of class each day, my students say success is a choice, and I echo, so choose wisely. The discipline to set goals and follow through, even in the face of challenges, is something that each teacher knows well. This self-starter attitude is essential for side hustle success, where you're the architect of your own fortune. Unlike a part-time job where you have set hours, set responsibilities, and a boss telling you what needs to be done, as a side hustler, you're the master of your own destiny. There's no one breathing down your neck to be successful. It's a decision you are responsible for making every day as you work to meet your financial goals. Hey there, I really hope you're enjoying this episode of After School Empire. If you're gaining any benefit from this podcast at all, could I ask you to do one thing? Please take a moment and share it with other teachers. Just a simple social media post or text message to a colleague not only helps this show keep growing, but can also be the first step in helping a friend that you care about learn how to gain more financial independence by launching and growing their own side hustle. Thanks so much. Now back to the show. 6, teachers are skilled communicators. From explaining Taming of the Shrew in a way that 5-year-olds can understand it, to wordsmithing a parent call where you tell them, hey, your kid's being an absolute turd, but also sounding uplifting and optimistic while talking to them about it, teachers' daily practice of articulating complex ideas simply and persuasively give them a unique edge in marketing their side hustles and connecting with customers. No matter what your specific side hustle is, you're going to be tasked with convincing customers why they should give you their hard-earned money and be happy about doing so. If this sounds scary to you, have no fear. Trust me, it's going to be much, much easier for you than it is for pretty much anyone from any other career path, thanks to your years of classroom experience. 7, teachers are very empathetic. How many times have you sat with a crying student because their boyfriend broke up with them, or bought a kid a new pair of shoes because their parents couldn't afford them? Understanding and addressing the unique needs of students is not unlike catering to the specific demands of customers. This empathetic approach can set a side hustle apart in a crowded marketplace. We don't just recognize our customers' needs, we feel an internal desire to help fix them through the good or service that we provide. 8, teachers are networking masters. The extensive networks teachers build through their profession are invaluable assets in the business world. They open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and growth avenues. Just think of every student you've taught, parent you've contacted, new teacher you've mentored, workshop you've attended, or lunch lady you've thanked for extra sauce on Nugget Day. Thanks, Miss Irene. All of these people have the potential to become inspiration for your hustle, to tell others about your hustle, or even become a paying customer themselves. For example, when I first started teaching, I would pay attention to what clothes my high school students were wearing. Then I went to thrift stores and yard sales to find those brands to flip online. I was inspired by my students. More recently, I've published 2 books in the past year, Kids as Mentors and Prompt Engineering for Non-Techie Teachers. I had the privilege of signing copies for some of my students' parents in the car pickup line, not knowing that they had bought copies on Amazon. In life and side hustling, success is often driven not only by what you know, but who you know. It's called social capital, baby. 9. Teachers have the patience of saints. I'm in year 15 of being a classroom teacher, but have been at the middle school level for going on 8 years now. I always said that there's a special place in heaven for middle school teachers. I just never thought that I'd get to see it one day. When I started teaching middle school, my beard was almost jet black. Now, on a salt and pepper scale, it's definitely leaning more to the salt side. I joke that each of the white hairs in my beard is named after a different 12-year-old who's tried my nerves. The patience cultivated from nurturing student growth and the perseverance to keep going despite challenges are also vital to the often slow but rewarding process of building a side hustle. Some people are privileged to have a side hustle that just takes off and starts generating lots of money from day one. Others, however, have to work at it over time to build their business. As Drew Small, the owner of the marketing firm Bird Dog, says, oftentimes being successful is simply doing the right thing for an extraordinarily long period of time. Teachers know how to patiently wait to see the fruitions of their efforts with students and can do the same with their side hustles. Finally, as I said at the beginning, teachers need more money. The stark reality of financial pressures faced by many teachers today is a powerful motivator for exploring side hustles as an income-generating opportunity. Data shows that compared to professionals in other fields across the last 20 years, teachers have experienced a wage penalty. In other words, compared to other fields, our average pay adjusted for inflation has actually decreased where theirs has increased. Y'all, I took my son to Hardee's this morning because he wanted a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. It was almost $5 just for a biscuit. Didn't even get any hash browns with that. My wife and I are also surprising him with a trip to Disney this coming fall, and I may have to sell our other son just to pay for it. Face it, teachers need more money to make ends meet and survive in 2024. And I'm a firm believer that side hustling can help with that because I've seen it work not only in my own life, but also in the lives of so many other teachers I've worked with throughout my career. As we wrap up today's episode, I hope you're inspired to consider the vast potential that lies at the intersection of teaching and side hustling. Remember, your skills as an educator equip you with a unique set of tools to help you make extra money after school without having to get a part-time job. So whether you're driven by a financial necessity or the desire for a new challenge, the journey to building your after-school empire is within reach, and I'm so glad to be here to help. For more resources and support, be sure to visit www.afterschoolempire.com and sign up for my mailing list. I promise not to spam you, and you'll be the first to know about new side hustle resources that are available from After School Empire. Until next time, remember, people want to give you money. You just have to find a reason for them to do so.
It's the end of the world, but it's pride.